All right, check it out, man. Let's talk about addiction. Somebody asked me, hey, man, I'm struggling with addiction. What could you do about that? I'm like, check it out, man. I ain't no doctor, that's for damn sure. But I am going to tell you that you don't have an addiction problem, man. A lot of us, we have a discipline problem. Straight up, you're not disciplined to do the opposite. You're not disciplined to do what you got to do. See, people that are struggling with, addiction, which is bad addiction. I'm talking about bad addiction because, there's good addiction. Also, you got to trade all your bad addictions to good addictions. Being an addict of going to the gym, eating better, taking care of your mind, with positive thoughts. But the only way to do that is through positive action. You gotta act on it. You can't just think about something positive. It's not gonna happen. And this is what happens with a lot of people that have the addicted personality. When I couldn't drink because I cannot just have one drink. I cannot just be a moderate drinker like most people think that, oh, I just drink in the weekends or I could hold my own and all this nonsense that they tell themselves. Okay, cool. I can't do that. So, you always got to recognize your flaws. You cannot just have one, so you cannot even fucking, engage in it because then you're off to the races. You have an addicted personality, and the thing about it is that, you just got to fucking trade all your bad addictions for good addictions. But guess what? It's going to take some work and it's going to take some discipline. So you don't have an addiction problem. You have a discipline problem. You have to shift that addiction to something positive that's going to get you, a better life and the outcome that you want. Because everybody that I talk to, like this individual that came up to me, he's like, man, how do you deal with addiction, man? I have an addicted personality, but I'm just hooked on fucking drinking, smoking bud, everything that's digging you, in a fucking worse place, mentally, physically, spiritually. You're digging your own grave mentally, physically, spiritually. So a lot of people, it's not that, they don't want to change. They just don't know where to start, what to do. I get that because there's a difference from knowing what to do and then choosing not to do it. But then there is some people that, okay, well, fuck, I don't know where to start. But that's why, there's coaches out there, there's mentors out there. You need a blueprint, you need a structured plan, you need a map, you need a system that you're gonna follow so you can start, getting the wheels turning so you could see the changes. See, a lot of people that have this addicted personality, with, bad choices, bad behavior, vices, that are digging yourself in a deeper depression. Those people, some of them, like, they just don't know how to eat correctly. They don't know how to work out. They'll try to go to the gym and they'll do it for like, a couple of weeks, a month, maybe, if they have the willpower to fucking stick around that long. And then what happens is that they don't see nothing changing. So they quit. They get frustrated quick. They're like, this ain't working. They know that, it's something, to do with, self-love, self-care, self-worth, and that's through exercising, treating your body with respect. That's why you gotta, have a physical activity, that you have to engage in so you can feel proud of yourself. But then people don't want to go to the gym or they don't want to work out and not see any results. There's no outcome there. So what happens when you don't have an outcome that's going to motivate you to keep going? You end up throwing in the towel. You quit. You're like, this shit don't work. It's not that it doesn't work. The problem is that you just don't know what you're doing. That's the whole key here. It's just getting a blueprint that you have to follow so you can start seeing the changes. And that's when you start shifting that mindset. That's when you start trading all the bad addictions because you're addicted to that because you don't know any better. You don't know what to do. And I told you guys before, boredom leads to desires. Desire leads to vices, so that's all you know how to do. But once you know that, hey, you could transfer that energy to better yourself with a plan, Once you start seeing the changes, that's what keeps you locked in. When you start seeing the results, it's what holds you and keeps you locked in. That's what motivates you. People want motivation. I'm like, well, you got to do something so you could see an outcome, a result to get motivated. You're just not going to get motivated. Like, yeah, you'll get motivated like by looking at somebody else succeed or somebody else's transformation or the way that they were able to overcome, their situation in life. That motivates you. But that only lasts so long. This is where people have this misunderstanding about motivation. That's just temporary. That's something that they did, but you seen it, so it motivated you, okay? But in order for you to stay motivated, you have to do something that you feel proud of. And then once you keep doing it over and over again by following a plan that person did, of the person that you inspired by or you're motivated by, then you start getting motivated. You start being motivated within self. That's the key. You're going to get motivated as you see the results coming in. And then you're locked in. The only time and the only reason why people quit is because they just don't know if it's going to work, or they keep doing it and nothing's happening because they don't have no fucking plan, or they don't even have a clue of what they're doing. So that motivation that they had from that person that he actually did something, it just fucking goes down the fucking drain. It diminishes. It don't last. You gotta be self-motivated. Self-motivated through your actions, self-motivated through the results that you're getting. That's how you stay locked in. And then the only thing that you gotta deal with is staying disciplined on the days that, you don't feel like doing it. Because those days are coming. I get those days. I know, though, that I'm disciplined, and I have to be disciplined to trump that, to fight that feeling. It's about being disciplined to fight those feelings, those emotions that you get, out of the blues. Of like, don't do it today. Oh, I'm tired today. Oh, like this happened today. Excuses that either you're gonna let that excuse, bring you down, or you're gonna fight that excuse to push further and still get it done. That's the key, getting it done. When those emotions, those feelings, those thoughts, creep in, are you disciplined enough to push them away, to fucking block them, and know that you have a structured plan to follow? Straight up, wake up and realize that. Stop sitting in the sidelines. That's how you kick off bad addictions for the good addictions. You trade them, run it.